Hey guys, GoodOlphin16 here, and welcome to the first building video. In today's video, I'm going to be building a mountain village. This village was a little bit of time to build, and I'm sorry that the video is a little bit long. But as you can see here, we are building the frame of our build using wool. The red represents houses while the white represents a track. There's going to be a little bit of editing later. The green is supposed to represent stairs, but we end up changing that in a little bit later. As you can see, we are going up a little bit higher on the mountain, just to make it two layered, because we're only going to have a few houses on the bottom. And one more thing, I'm actually joined by Chris in this video, and Chris is adding one last building to it. He's trying to decide what we're going to do for the path, and we are deciding to do oak and spruce. What I'm doing is I'm just going around doing a little bit of tidying up just to make it look a little bit better. We're doing some tidying to the mountain just to get rid of any dirt that might not be needed there. So as you can see, we are beginning our path right now. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make the I'm trying to make the path look a little bit more realistic, so we're going up and down every once in a while, trying to make the path look curved as well, and eventually the paths will come together as we see here. Now what I'm going to go do is I'm going to add spruce to the build of the path, just so it makes it a little bit different and not just one solid color, because I personally do not think that looks good. And now on to the next step. What we did is we went ahead and started working on the houses. I had the disadvantage because I was working on a diagonal slope, as you can see. So when you build this, or if you ever build this, you have to try to test what looks good for your type of mountain. So as you can see right here, I am trying to create a little bit of depth. I'm trying to add a place to put things, and I'm just trying to experiment with what is around me. And eventually I will come to a conclusion that it's not going to be as easy as I thought. Chris is over there doing two flat houses. I guess we all did a different design, so I guess we showed you guys a little bit more on what you can do to have a good looking mountain house. By the way, one more thing before we get farther into this, at the end you'll see that we didn't do a lot of detailing, but that's just because we didn't want to, because the video was already long enough. But remember, you can go back and do more detailing with trapdoors and stuff if you want. We're just getting a basic design done. But as you can see, I'm coming into my finalizing with adding some shelves and stuff, trying to get something good here. Making it look like it's supported by the fence also helps a lot. And then I added one little window there. As you can see, those are his two little designs. They could have been a lot better, but it's okay. They're just a little bit flat, which is what I don't like. That chicken, poor little chicken, got in my way, so he had to die. And now we're going in trying to decide what we want to do for the stairs. Originally, we were going to go inside of the mountain to do the steps, but then I went ahead and changed it up, and now we're going to be putting the we're going to be putting the steps going upward. So as you can see, I'm drawing another little path upward, just trying to connect those two little parts together. And right here, you have to, if you make it like we do, you have to curve it back a little bit, just so it relinks up with the path. And now we're making the slabs go all the way back up. Pretty much just do the exact same thing. I'm going to cut this little part out, but just remember to do the exact same thing. Okay, so our path is pretty much done. What I did at the corners is I made it a little bit more thick, just so it didn't look really tiny at those little corners, like where the stairs connect upward. But now, as you can see, we are adding some supports to make it look like the wood is being held up by something. It's actually a little bit more difficult than you thought, because I wanted to do something like this where it looks like the wood is holding all the way up to the top. So you have to go around and do a little bit of configuring to it and making the path look a little bit thicker. You have to find the best places to put the supports, or else the supports wouldn't come out correctly. As you can see, the supports are only coming up to the first 2 layers, but now I'm heading over to the next area, which is over by the front. As you can see, like I said, it's a little bit more thick, just so it doesn't look like, just so it's not a tiny area right there. I had no idea what Chris was doing at this point. He just came around and helped me, did a little bit of stuff. I think he went up and finished the house on top, but I don't actually remember. And now I'm adding some of the last supports. I had a little bit of difficulty with this one because of how far the wood was out, and I just wanted to make it look good, but it was a little bit difficult, but I finally came to the conclusion. So as you can see, we pretty much have every support done for the bottom. We could have added maybe 1 or 2 more, but we're on a little bit of a time limit here. So I'm going around doing some wool stuff. I'm trying to make the stairs look like they're being held up as well right there. I told Chris to connect those ones all the way up to the top, because he was about to make new ones, which in my opinion wouldn't look correct. So now that Chris is doing all that, making it look better, I'm going around adding supports under the thicker areas where the wood is at. Now that our supports are done, as you can see, we have a little storage room and stuff. We went around, quickly fixed up the steps just to make them look a lot better. And now onto the railing of the place. The railing is a little bit difficult because of the slabs. What you need to do is you just need to double the slabs up to make it a full block. Chris did a little bit weird with the steps. He made the fences make corner blocks off the edges, which I went around and deleted them afterwards, as you can see. But what you need to do is just do what I'm doing right here, going around placing these little fences around, trying to make it look different, and remember to bring the slabs up a little bit just so you can place down the fence correctly. So now that Chris got done with that, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to go around and add a little bit of nature to the build. And what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be going inside of the mountain, breaking out little areas where I can put grass and water and stuff out, just to make it look a little bit more connected with nature. Because I don't think it would look good with just doing something like that, where you would just keep it with no depth. This also adds depth. But what I would do before you do a lot of the stuff on the inside is I would go around and just use the leaves to make a little shape around it so it looks like that. And it's just really quick and easy. You go in, place down a little bit of water, place down some glowstone, place down a carpet on top of the glowstone, bone meal the grass, and then there you go. So I'm just going around adding them like I should, and then as soon as I'm done adding all of them, it makes this build look a lot better. Chris is having a little bit of issues over there. He's actually creating a little waterfall kind of thing inside of the mountain. You can do that too if you would like, but our mountain was shaped for it. It had the corner and stuff. This mountain is actually naturally spawned, believe it or not. We found it in a savannah world, and it just looks pretty cool. Originally, we were going to make the place have has stairs inside. We were going to build it like this and have stairs on the inside that went all the way up to the top, and we were going to build houses up there. But then I realized that this is just a lot better than that. So as you can see, the water's getting placed down a little bit. Chris has a few issues later on with the water, because of my mistakes. So we had to go back and do a little bit of fixing to that. And as you can see, I'm just adding some leaves and stuff around the little water spots just to make it look more connected to the mountain and make it look like everything is properly connected. Remember, you can go back and add more leaves and stuff to make it all look connected, but we're just doing this. Right there is where I messed up at, when I broke that block on accident. Now I had to go, after that I had to go down and get rid of all the water inside because it was all messed up. There was a lot more nature I could have added on the top layer, but I never did. So if you would like to, go ahead. If you're only going to make it one layer, then I would recommend maybe trying to go around the entire mountain with what we were doing. But we are just doing a one-sided thing. You can definitely improve on what we have built, but I highly doubt you're going to get the same thing we did. So I'm just going around adding a little bit more nature spots around. I don't know why I didn't put any on the top layer where the top is. I just don't know why I didn't do that. That was weird. I don't know why. But now, as you can see, it's coming together a little bit more. We could have went around and added leaves, like I said. What I'm doing is I'm adding leaves all the way down to the bottom from the waterfall just to make it look a little bit better. And I think it did bring out a nice effect of the build. Now that we are done with that, we're going around adding some lights around the place. We are actually almost at the end of this building video, but we're just going around adding some lights to make the place look a lot better. And now as you can see, I'm going around fixing up all the fences that Chris messed up on, because you can see it just doesn't look proper with the fence coming off the edge. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you liked what you just saw, leave a thumbs up on the video. If you would like me to build anything special, like a ravine house, anything that you would like, please leave a comment down below. It can be a solo project. I will do a solo project if you would like me to. I'm a little bit sorry about the first person. I'm trying to get a mod that allows me to do it, where you can see a different perspective around instead of first person, like you saw in this video. This was really fun to record, and I want to do more of these. But if you build anything like this, leave a screenshot in the comments using a Gazio or something like that. I have no idea what you guys use, but go ahead and do that, and I will look at them. And I guess that's all for today. See you guys later. Take care. Peace out, and bye-bye.